Messi, 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 Messi.
The name of Messi going around the world right now, the one they call La Poga Atomica. Right now, the man of the moment, Lionel Messi, winning the trophy. FIFA World Cup 2022, lifting that trophy with Argentina. The La Albiceleste right now celebrating across the globe right now. Good one, welcome you on the show. 360 Sport. On Trust TV, I am Adini Ajishafe. Well, we just have to appreciate the fact that all the fans of Lionel Messi, they are right now celebrating across the globe. Everywhere you go, to the north, south, east, and west of the whole world, it is Lionel Messi, the man of the moment, really the Atomica, as they call him. Well, I have in the studio Coach Charles Ohaji. Good to have you, Charles.
Yes, thank you, Adini.
Well, I saw you smiling there. At least Lionel Messi, 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 everywhere.
Of course, I mean, there is no better way, I mean, for the young lad to actually sign out, for me, in world or in national team football. I mean, you could say this guy has broken all records from the age of 17 or 16. I've been following his progress from FC Barcelona, from when he came into FC Barcelona at a very young age, from his exploits, scoring goals, taking them, breaking records, winning Champions League, winning the league, you know, being motivating his teammates. But when he gets to the national team, I mean, most times he nearly gets it, he doesn't get it. In Brazil 2014, he was close to winning the World Cup, but he lost 1-0 to Argentina. I mean, everybody thought that was the end. That was the only opportunity that Messi was going to get. So the man has been, I mean, the argument has been, when you say Messi has done this, they always tell you, what has he won with his national team? That has just been that thing that he has not been able to get. But you can see finally he was able to lay his hand on the World Cup. So congratulations to Messi and all his fans all over the world. I mean, he did that in a grand style. He won the World Cup. He won almost, in fact, he's the first player to win the MVP in every match. For 5 matches he played in the World Cup, he was voted man of the match in each of these matches. And you can see it at his age. He's no more young, he's 35, 36. There were so many things he did in the field of play. In fact, against a team like Croatia, there was the assist he made. We were wondering that at this age, can he still perform such magic? Everybody, the world was shocked. I mean, the way he drove in that ball, we're like, Messi could still do this at this age. And he did that. And the player, not just winning, but his humility, being humble, taking his time, believing, not talking too much, doing the talking on the field. And you can see, as a true leader, he has stepped up. Every time there's a spot kick to take, he steps up and he takes it and he converts it. So he's leading his team that, look, we can all do that. So for me, even the players, I think the players all played for Messi. All Argentina players, all the team, from the goalkeeper, Martinez, up to everybody, Di Maria, they all played for Messi. They all needed to know that this is the last shot of the World Cup for Messi. And of course, before the World Cup, nobody gave Argentina that time. I mean, Argentina were not the favorite to win the World Cup. But I knew in me that I told people, I said, look, this World Cup belongs to Argentina. So when they lost their first game, Saudi Arabia 2-1, they were like, oh, Argentina, it's over for them.
They were written off.
But again, knowing a player like Messi, seeing that leadership quality in him, he kept cool, he kept coming, win the second match, they kept winning their games until they got to the final. Against France, of course, they played one of the best, I mean, it was one of the beautiful football they played. It was the best football Argentina played was against France. And also, I mean, it was one of the best finals I've ever watched. Since 1990, I started watching World Cup finals. It was one of the best finals I think I've ever watched, with a 6-goal thriller. Of course, it was mind-blowing. But even at that, Messi scored, Mbappe scored. Messi scored, Mbappe scored. But still, the GOAT, sorry, we call him the greatest of all time. The greatest of all time, still kept his cool as the captain, and they still went on with the game. And of course, he won. So, I mean, it's an amazing victory for Argentina and for Lionel Messi.
Amazing victory for Argentina, the one they call La Celeste, and you just look at La Porga Atomica, the name given to Lionel Messi, following him around. And right now, atomically, he has done it with Argentina. Finally, that's the only cup that has been eluding his illustrious career, and now he has actually lays hand upon that particular golden cup. Good one for Lionel Messi, really. He deserved that particular GOAT accolade that has been attached to his name. No more,
no more debate.
No more debate. Well, from there, let's link Jide Olushola in Qatar. Jide, are you there?
Yeah. Good morning, Nigerians.
Good one, Jide. I see that you are not shouting Messi.
No, not. But of course, kudos to him that he finally got his hand on the trophy he had been looking for years, and that has crowned all his efforts as one of the best players in the world at the moment. So kudos to Messi. He did well yesterday.
Kudos to Messi. Now, I know a lot of people are still celebrating, but how is it now? Now that, yes, finally we know Messi has done it. How is Qatar this hour?
Yesterday night, of course, it was party galore. People were partying into the night, into the early morning, into the early hours of this morning, celebrating. Not just because Argentina won, but because Messi won. Messi was the driving force for the support for Argentina. People wanted to support. They are supporting Argentina because of Messi. And at the stadium, at the metro line, inside the bus stops, we were all shouting Messi, 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 because he was a star person for them to watch. And luckily for him, he delivered at the biggest. He had been there once, to Germany. But this time around, it was a very classic match in an iconic. And of course, he got the hands on the trophy he wanted for. A long time waiting, and of course the Qataris, they're very, but not only Qataris, all the fans across the world are very, very happy for Messi. I'm happy for him as well, even though I'm not his full fan, but I'm happy he has achieved what he wanted to achieve for a very long time, and it has crowned all his success as a football player.
Okay, good one there, coming from Jide. Now, when it comes to this World Cup, we saw really that France fought hard yesterday. It was like Charles said, 6-goal thriller. A tough one. When it was 3-3, what was going on your mind, as in when it was about going to the penalties?
Penalties, anybody's luck, anybody's game, anybody could win, anybody could lose the penalties. But I saw determination more on the Argentines than the French guys. The Argentines wanted to win this. The Argentines won it for Messi. They wanted to win for Messi. In fact, after the celebration, after the presentation, all the players carried him up. Just the same way they lifted him up with his trophy. That was sure that they wanted him to win it, to crown all his efforts. That was the defining moment as a football player. Yeah, at the club level, he had won everything. At the national level, even at the youth stage level, from under 20 Olympics. And even for the Copa America, he had won all that. But this was the only trophy that Messi not had upon. And it was a good one. So for the penalties, it was, like I said earlier, anybody could lose the penalty. But I think at times more determined to win the penalties to the French guys. French guys, they lost the aggression towards, yes, Pape came in. He did what he was supposed to do. He carried the weight of the whole country on his young shoulders. And it's been a very long time since somebody has scored an hat-trick at the finals at this stage. And not a 23-year-old person hat-trick. And of course, going home with the golden boot shows a lot about his capability to deliver on the world stage. And he did not disappoint. So that was it. Very, very classic, very interesting. That was what they call final. This is what they call final. Final, not just another final, but this was the real final we wanted to watch. Not going to be one-sided, but a classic final, and we're not disappointed. We're not disappointed at all.
Okay, right now, if you have the chance to meet Lionel Messi, Jide, let me just take a lighter note. What are you going to say to him?
Oh, that is, I don't know what I was saying, but let me probably say that he has made people proud. People cried for him, and he's a joy to watch. Yes, he did well. No, not the. Even though I'm a Ronaldo fan, no, I will not dispute that one fan, but I will still give it to Messi that yes, he has done very, very well. He has crowned his effort. Yes, he has crowned his effort as a footballer. He is not the undisputed greatest GOAT. He's the undisputed. Maybe in 2026, maybe Ronaldo can come. I'm not sure he will. But for now, Messi is the undisputed GOAT. Undisputed. Not as a.
Okay, now let's digress a bit, Jude. Let's go to the people that actually came to Qatar. Humanly now, talking about fans, this World Cup really has been at least adjudged the best so far at this World Cup. Would you agree with that?
100%. A few days back, I was with some senior colleagues who have covered about four or five World Cups, and they said in all their experience in coming Cup, this is the best World Cup they have ever covered. And I agree with them. Yeah, it's my first World Cup, but based on their own assessment, I believe so because I was talking to some Qataris and everything, some residents here. They said within 5 years, all the metro lines were built. Use this World Cup to reduce the economy, to a world-class standard. They're rebranding their own. They're trying to create that impression that we are not who we think we are. We are different from what we think we are. This is who we are, and they rest us with the whole tournament. They are very friendly people. Every stranger, or should I say every visitor, around the whole country, get lost. If I missed my way, sorry, go this way. So they showed us a different life from what we were told about them, and I think this is what they wanted to do, so that they can tell the world that we are moving lost, but then very, very accommodating. And yes, this World Cup, I think I really enjoyed it because it was seamless. The buses were available because anyone wants to do. The trains were working as they are expected time. Everything was just perfect here. There were one or two issues for people during the games, but that one is just up to side. But on the larger note, Qatar, they really done well. I'm not sure another country can beat them because they spent $20 billion to host this World Cup, and no country can beat that for now. Yes, they have the deep pocket, but then that's a thing.
Okay, Jide, well, we want to appreciate you for joining us from Doha, Qatar. Thank you very much for this.
So see you soon.
Okay, of course. I'll bring some Qatari food.
I should stay longer, but of course, I have to come back.
Okay, good one there with Jide Olushola from Doha, Qatar, who has been giving us some updates concerning the happening over there in Qatar, where the Albi Celeste really show class by winning this particular trophy. This is the third time they will be doing it, but really, attention has been on Lionel Messi. Back to the studio, Charles Ohaji. Well, this World Cup, like you said, after Argentina lost the first game against Saudi Arabia, I think that particular loss to Saudi Arabia spurred them into action. And since that game, after that match, Argentina woke up from their slumber and they did it to the final and eventually scooped the trophy, the coveted trophy. And really, I still remember before the World Cup, not that people saw them that okay, Argentina could win it, but after that particular loss to Saudi Arabia, a lot of people were like, attention was diverted from Argentina, and it was a blessing in disguise.
Yes, thank you, Nee. Yeah, Nee, for me, first of all, I want to look at it from this way. The Argentine national team, when you look back at South Africa 2010, the Spain national team had a lot of focus on them. They had the same thing. They lost their first match in that World Cup, and then they went up to win the World Cup. So where Argentina lost this match, the first match, initially, yeah, a lot of people gave them up. You see, the truth is that the Argentine team, just during the World Cup, me as a coach was able to sit down look at the players individually and the command, and realize that this team has a bunch of experience and youth in them. I didn't see that from when they were going to the World Cup. When they decided the World Cup, I was like, was the name Acuna. But when I looked at McAllister, I realized these are boys. Even McAllister, he plays for Brighton. I know Brighton is a very stubborn team. It's a team that they have a
those stubborn players.
Yeah, they have a mentality that they don't give up. If you haven't seen Brighton play, Brighton play one kind of football that you don't even know how to start playing against them. So all those things came up. I look at
their goalkeeper Emiliano, Aston Villa.
I mean, so when I looked at the whole team, I realized that this team was a complete balance. They had experience and youth in the team, and I think that was what they got going for them. And with Messi as a leader, Messi as the icon in the middle, and Messi did not fail to deliver. He lived up to expectation for the team. So after listening to South Africa, to Saudi Arabia, of course. Some other team, the morale will go down, will be low. But with a team like Messi, with Argentina in the team, the morale remained. They came to the next match, they won the next match. They qualified, they topped the group, qualified from the group, moved up from the group stage, and they kept picking points, kept winning their games, kept going gradually, until the game against Croatia, where most people thought this was going to be the end of Argentina. But against Croatia, that's where I saw that to win this World Cup, one, you must be determined. You must have determination. You must be committed, and you must have that experience. That's out of experience to win the World Cup, and that was what played in against Croatia. They defeated Croatia as if it was all the Croatia that we saw playing and that was all beating Brazil. So, but Argentina against Croatia, it was very easy. 3-0, they beat Croatia well. That's when I knew that, look, these teams, these boys are ready to win the World Cup. They are determined. They want this team more than any other country that came. Against France is a very good side. But what was missing in France is that experience. Mbappe, it's a young boy. The whole weight was on his shoulder of a 23-year-old boy. You can't compare him with a 35-year-old man, Messi, who have seen all, who have played in everything, who have won Ballon d'Or. Mbappe have not won the Ballon d'Or. But this guy, at that age, he has been started winning Ballon. Messi, when he was 23, he was already
world class.
He was already winning Ballon d'Or. So when you see all those things, and now against them, of course, you see the game. Messi scores 2-0. France came back. 2-2, Mbappe, yes. Then they came in and of course 1 or 2 mistakes from Otamendi. Of course, Otamendi is an experienced player, but age too wasn't on his side. So you could see that was what actually rubbed off on them that way. So completely, Argentina was a complete team. If you check, they won almost everything. The Golden Glove, except apart from the Golden.
We'll get there. Actually, we'll get to that place now. But really, I love the fact that. The game, they made it very interesting. It was a very interesting finals. Why? Argentina scores, France scores, Argentina scores, France, even at the extra time, when you were thinking, oh, it was done, except for Muani, who could have made that particular change, but he couldn't. Caught still of Emiliano Martinez, who really shone like a million stars. Let's look at that story. That has to do with World Cup 2022. Emiliano Martinez penalty shootout mind games help Argentina. Now, looking at this, Muani had every chance to score this goal as at that moment. But believe you me, the brilliancy coming from Emiliano Martinez, the goalkeeper of Argentina, with all his dance moves, with everything he did, shouting at the players, doing everything possible, and that goal couldn't. This would have been the difference.
Yeah, that would have been different. Before this incident, there was also another incident at the other end that would have also made a difference for Martinez.
Yes, for Argentina.
From Martinez, a difference would have made from a pull-out to just put the ball in the net. He missed that too before they had this chance.
This for France.
And of course, this is how I'm telling you that this team played for Messi. That's what I believe. Because I'm sure the goalkeeper, Martinez, he knew that, look, I can't let my country down. I mean, that was a goal. In fact, everybody, even the competitor, were expecting, even me watching, I said, oh,
this is a goal. France has actually scored.
But Martinez showed that bravery he has shown from the beginning of the tournament. He has been brave, he has been good, that shows his eyes has always been on the ball. And that is what makes a world-class goalkeeper. This is the reason why he's a World Cup. This, you see him, his eyes is on the ball. His eye was not on the player, his eyes was on the ball. He never took out his eyes from the ball from the beginning of the tournament till the end of the tournament. That goalkeeper eyes was always on the ball. Even during the sport kick, his eyes is on the ball, not on the player. But most goalkeepers, their eyes are on the player, seeing what will he do. But this particular goalkeeper, his eyes was just always on the ball. And he had full control on the ball. And that's why he was able to stop that last chance going in for France.
A good one there for Emiliano Martinez now, a particular player who's rising to the world fame right now. Really took time, but really is really enjoying it because of what he did yesterday for Argentina. In fact, throughout the tournament, he really deserved this accolade he's getting from the whole world. Now let's look at 2022 FIFA World Cup medalists. Yes, we know Argentina. Argentina came first, followed by France and Croatia. Well, Croatia defeated Morocco. So painful. That defeat to Morocco, really, I was thinking Morocco would actually be able to defeat Croatia. But Morocco went to sleep. They fought hard. But I saw two things. I saw fatigue and injury.
Yes, thank you. Going to Morocco game, for me, yes. I think if Morocco had played the way they played against France, against Croatia, they would have defeated France. Morocco completely outplayed France in that semi-final match. It was clear. Just the difference was the finishing, the goal scorer. France had Mbappe to convert. Morocco didn't have that
somebody in the mold of
Mbappe that could finish in, that could convert all the chances they had. So against Croatia, I felt Morocco were already for them. They've done the best. I mean, they've won the title. Being the last four alone, it's enough celebration. At least. Alone, it's enough. That record, enough celebration for every team coming from Africa. So Moroccan player coming into the match against Croatia, of course, they put in their best. As you said, fatigue came in, and then that determination again. Of course, it wasn't there because they felt we've done all we could do. We've played against, we've beaten Belgium, we've beaten Spain, we've beaten Portugal. Against France, we knew how we lost. We were almost beating France. So against Croatia, they felt, I mean, they went out of their steam. I feel they were already overwhelmed. They were overwhelmed with excitement, with celebration. They were happy. They were all, Hakim Ziyech, all of them, they've played all the things they could play. Even the coach too. Yeah, but again, the interesting thing for me, for Morocco, the win for Morocco for me, was not just that, but was the coach they had, the indigenous coach that took them to that level. And that's why I felt this was Africa's best World Cup. The best World Cup in the sense that the whole African team went with local coaches, which is what we have been clamoring for, that no coach, no foreign coach has ever won the World Cup. No foreign coach has ever won the World Cup for a country except an indigenous coach. So when I saw Africa, yes, this is what he saw. We have to go that way. For us to win the World Cup, we have to go back home and make sure we are able to train our own coaches. Nothing stops you from sending your coaches for refresher courses anywhere to learn the latest football techniques. But I think right now it shows that Africa, we need to wake up now. We need to come back home and then use our own at home and develop what we have in our home.
Good one there. If I allow Charles on and on, it's going to be, well, good one there. Now let's quickly look at two more because we have to talk about the award winners. We are Lionel Messi. Yes, he is the MVP, the player of the tournament. Looking at the 2022 FIFA World Cup award winners now. We have Lionel Messi, the Golden Ball, Golden Boots, Kylian Mbappe, who scored 8 goals, Golden Glove to Emiliano Martinez, and Best Young Player of the tournament, Enzo Fernandez. Good one for Enzo.
Yeah, good one. 19 years old.
And I'm happy for Mbappe. Yes, Mbappe, all of them, they deserve whatever they actually got.
Yeah, they all deserved it. Yeah, for Mbappe, of course, Mbappe scoring 8 goals in the World Cup. I mean, at this young age, because at the point it was Messi scored 6, Mbappe was 5. Mbappe 7, Messi 6, Messi 7, Mbappe 7. So I was thinking, who was going to get the golden boot?
Would they share it?
Would they share it? What would happen? Mbappe came up with and then scored. It was Mbappe. So for me, especially for the young player, I think it's a award well deserved, and it's a boy we think we need to look out for in the future.
Oh, good one there for Emiliano, for Mbappe, not forgetting Enzo Martinez, and also the king, Lionel Messi. The last one has to do with the scorers. Let's look at the top scorers, 2022 FIFA World Cup. We have 8 goals by Kylian Mbappe. You have Lionel Messi with 7, Oliver Giroud 4, Julian Alvarez of Argentina 4, and you have a lot of 3 goals scorers there. Goncalo Ramos, Portugal, Alvaro Morata, Marcos Rashford, Ina Valencia, Bukayo Saka, Richarlison missing, and you have Cody Gakpo. Those are the 3 goal scorers, and you have Mbappe, Messi, Giroud, and also Alvarez.
Yes, of course. Of course, we expected these people to be among the highest goal scorer. When you look at the record, their track record with the national team and the goals they've scored for the national team, I expected to see Messi score goals. Of course, Mbappe is already a goal machine. You've seen him scoring goals everywhere, and of course, he has been scoring for the national team. So for Giroud, of course, Giroud, I think this is his last World Cup. Of course, Giroud is old. I'm sure he's not going to play the next World Cup. It's a good one for him at this age to get such goals. It's going to help him. It's going to boost his morale going back to his club, to AC Milan. Because the truth is, you need to know that after this World Cup, these players are going back straight into the domestic league, club football. So of course, Champions Leagues are there, and every other football is there.
You have just a week to rest.
Just a week or 2 to rest. So I think for Giroud, this will also boost his confidence going back to his club. And I think for a lot of them too, this will also make them pick shirts and boost their confidence. Because coming from the World Cup is a different experience. I tell you, once you play in the World Cup, you come back to your club side. My brother, the experience you are bringing in, the confidence, the determination, the level, your way of play is quite different. Your mentality, everything changes. You see yourself as a world-class player, and you play as a world-class player.
Good one. Now, before we go, how do you rate this World Cup?
Perfect World Cup. Now, you don't forget that before this World Cup, a lot of people lost their seats. The FIFA president was removed. A lot of people were sacked because of giving the hosting right to Qatar. You remember a lot of controversies that came up with it. So I think Qatar now, I think Qatar now showed the world that yes, we deserved to host this World Cup. In fact, if there's a way, I think they should call those people back, because those people that gave Qatar the World Cup, no, they actually know. Because Qatar showed, in fact, from everything Qatar hosted, there was no incident. Normal World Cup, we hear incidents of fans fighting, so many things going on, but this World Cup was a perfect World Cup. The closing ceremony yesterday, I watched it. It was something else.
And then you saw the video there.
The video was there. In fact, Qatar, I think Qatar went out of their way to seek from people. They went to people like David Beckham. They were able to get all the best footballers. In fact, for the first time in the World Cup, I'm seeing almost the whole World Cup players at the World Cup stand. Everybody was there. Everybody, Thuram, Ronaldo, every ex-player was at Qatar to watch this World Cup. So I think Qatar did very well. In fact, Qatar has set a pace for whoever is going to host the next World Cup to follow.
Good one there, coming from Charles Ohaji. Really, Qatar 2022 World Cup has been a very superlative, very interesting World Cup. A lot of journalists have covered that, has been saying that. Also right now, we just have to let you know that Qatar 2022 deserve that particular accolade. That will be it on 360 Sports. Special thanks to Jide Olushola from Doha, Qatar, and also Charles Ohaji in the studio. Thank you very much for Charles.
Yeah, thank you, George.
And I am Adeniyi Ajishafe. Sport is always business and fitness. Thanks for watching.